All at once he follows her, as an ox goes to the slaughter. The opposite of knowledge is ignorance. The opposite of wisdom is folly. Whether or not you are foolish doesn't depend on how much you know. As C.S. Lewis remarked, a man may be a master of arts and still be a fool. Folly isn't not knowing, it's knowing and not doing. Proverbs 7, like several other of the book's early chapters, is written in the form of a father's advice to his young adult son, warning him against being taken in by a seductive command of an adulterous woman. But this chapter isn't meant to be read literally as much as allegorically. The loose woman is Lady Folly, the path she beckons us towards. The road that leads to death is the way of life that rejects God and His word, follows sin to its inevitable destination. John Newton, the pastor best known for writing the Amazing Grace, tells us what makes a fool. A fool has no sound judgment. He is governed wholly by appearances. He pays no regards to consequences. Are these the characteristics of a fool? Then there is no fool like the sinner who prefers the toys of earth to the happiness of heaven, who is held in bondage by the foolish customs of the world, and is more afraid of the breath of man than of the wrath of God. As you pray, ask God to help you resist the voices that entice you to sin and guide your steps into the way of life. Proverbs chapter 7, warning against the adulterous woman. My son, keep my words and store up my commands within you. Keep my commands and you will live. Guard my teachings as the apple of your eye. Bind them on your fingers. Write them on the tablet of your heart. Say to wisdom, you are my sister, and to insight, you are my relative. They will keep you from the adulterous woman, from the wayward woman with her seductive words. At the window of my house, I looked down through the lattice. I saw among the simple, I noticed among the young men, a youth who had no sense. He was going down the street near her corner, walking along in the direction of her house. At twilight, as the day was fading, as the dark of night set in, then came out a woman to meet him, dressed like a prostitute and with crafty intent. She is unruly and deviant. Her feet never stay at home. Now in the street, now in the squares, at every corner she lurks. She took hold of him and kissed him. With a brazen face she said, today I fulfilled my vows, and I have food for my fellowship offering at home. So I came out to meet you. I looked for you and have found you. I've covered my bed with colored linens from Egypt. I've perfumed my bed with myrrh, aloes, and cinnamon. Come, let's drink deeply of love till morning. Let's enjoy ourselves with love. My husband is not at home. He has gone on a long journey. He took his purse filled with money and will not be home till full moon. With persuasive words she led him astray. She seduced him with her smooth talk. At once he followed her like an ox going to the slaughter, like a deer stepping into a noose, till an arrow pierces his liver, like a bird darting into a snare, little knowing it will cost him his life. Now then, my sons, listen to me. Pay attention to what I say. Do not let your heart turn to her ways or stray into her paths. Many are the victims she had brought down. Her slain are a mighty throng. Her house is a highway to the grave, leading down to the chambers of death. Glory be to God. Glory be to God. Glory be to God. And I hope the young men receive this message. And I hope you receive the meaning behind it and you keep it behind your pocket. Because this is a daily encounter for some. It's a weekly encounter for some. Be careful. Be careful. Be careful of seduction. Be careful of the sin of lust. Because that sin is prevalent in our society. It is everywhere you turn. It is dangerous. Do not let yourself fall for it. Glory be to God. Glory be to God. Glory be to God. Thank you, Jesus Christ, for sacrifices.